welcome to My Little Paintbrush. I am Miss Sarah, and today we get to paint Princess Peach. She's one of my favorites. So I'm so excited you're doing this with me today. Whether it's a birthday or just for fun, it's going to be a good time. So I'm going to be using a couple brushes. I have a large flat, a small flat, and a detail brush. These are my best friends today, but you can use whatever works for you, okay? The goal here is to have fun and create your own masterpiece. So enjoy the process. Yours probably won't look like mine, and it's not supposed to. Okay, so get creative and please share it with us. We want to see it. All right, first things first, let's grab our largest flat, put it in our water. Gotta rinse out the bristles. Super important, especially when you're painting with acrylics, to put water in our bristles, okay? They get really thirsty. And let's go ahead and paint Princess Peach's face. I have a skin tone here, and I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it. So if you're using our paint kits, you probably have all these colors, right? If not, we have a list of all the colors we use and a pattern available. So hopefully you saw that and were able to download the pattern, and you're all set to go like me with your pattern drawn on your canvas. Okay, so let's go ahead and paint our skin tone on Princess Peach's face. I did add a little bit of white to my skin tone. I love to add white to it. It just makes it a little bit shinier, and I like how acrylics with white in them do on canvas. They just seem to brighten everything up. So I add white to a lot of my colors. You'll find that probably as we go. Like Miss Sarah adds white to everything. I kind of do. It's true. So I'm going around Princess Peach's eye here. Okay, and I'm just gonna paint her face. I'm trying not to go in my eye, but if you end up painting in the eyes a little bit, don't stress it. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect with acrylics. It's one reason I love them so much, because there's just so much you can do with them. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of a neck here. Okay, it's just right at the curve of her collar. She has a little bit of a neck there. Okay, so let's go ahead and paint that in. Make sure we have it. There we go, guys. We did it. Good work. So once that's done, rinse your brush. Oh, wait. Don't rinse your brush. Don't forget her ear, okay? We don't want to do that. Miss Sarah almost forgot her ear over here. I always do that. I think it just gets hidden over here in the hair, and I just don't see it. So let's go ahead and paint the ear. There we go. Don't want to miss that. Okay, now rinse your brush. Beautiful. Rinse it. Okay, and now we get to paint the crown. We're going to paint the crown first before we do the hair. I'll tell you why. The hair comes up over the crown, right? So we want to put the crown on first. All right, and our crown is kind of a golden yellow, so what I'm going to do is take some of my yellow here and mix it with a little bit of white, just like that. And then I'm going to add a touch of red, just a touch, guys. We don't want a lot of red because red will just take over, okay? See, we want kind of an orangey color. When you add that red, it gives us a little bit of a nice yellow gold. Ooh, I might have added too much red to that. Ooh. Oh, I think it's okay. Add a little more white to it. Okay, see that? We want a nice gold color, okay? Now, once you love the color, you're going to come up here to the crown, and we're going to paint up. See that? Painting up around the circles best we can. If you paint in the circle a little bit, it's okay. You just want to be able to see the circle. So if you start to lose your circle, then you may want to be really careful there, but I'm just going to try and paint up, because our crown, the brush stroke should be going up, right? The crown is going up, okay? All right, It just comes down right here. There we go. So paint up. You can reach up at the top of your canvas right here and paint the top edge. We call that wrapping our canvas. And that way our canvas is painted all the way around. But there you go. See how we have kind of a golden yellow crown? And rinse your brush. Perfect. Now let's do her hair. Okay. And her hair is obviously really blonde, right? So we're going to add a little bit of white to our blonde. Okay. Now one trick to doing hair is I don't stir my white and yellow together. I pat it. See that? I just kind of pat it together so you have swirls of yellow and white. It's not mixed really well. And that gives me different shades as I brush. So I'll have some light shades of blonde or yellow, and I'll have darker shades. Okay, so that's something to try. If it doesn't work very well for you, if you're like, oh, I'm not getting my shades here, another thing you can do is add white to your brush as you go, like that. And see, you'll start seeing the streaks show up more. Okay, you also want to paint hair as if you're brushing it with a hairbrush. So if you were brushing Princess Peach's hair, right, you're going to kind of brush this direction, right? Not up and down. At least that's what I think in my head. I think I would be brushing out. Okay, but maybe you think differently, and that's great. What do you think? Here we go. Let's do her bangs here. Ooh, I want to try and keep those bangs in a triangle shape, right? Okay, and these right here coming out that way. There we go. Okay, fill that in. Nice. So you can just let those strokes show up and have some fun with it. There we go. Okay, we're going to do all these little corners here where her hair kind of flutters out. You see how I'm using the toe of my brush to those corners? If you don't know what the toe is, it's the tippy point of your brush. So I'm using the toe to do those little corners, okay? There we go. We go up here. There we are. Okay, so we're going to keep on keeping that brush stroke going, filling it all in, letting those white streaks show up and the dark streaks show up in our paint. And just have some fun with it. Here we go. Let's do this long curl. Just like that. All the way down. Right next to her poofy sleeves, right? Poofy sleeves. All the way up on the corner and around. All right. Okay. Princess Peach is so cute. I just love her. She's just so cute. Okay, let's paint up next to her face. As careful as we can, right? We're going to try not to mess up the work we just did by putting yellow on her face. But if we do, don't worry. All you have to do is wait for it to dry and go back and paint it again with some skin tone. And it covers it right up, so don't panic. No big deal. We're all going to paint Princess Peach a little bit different. I can't wait to see how yours turns out. My favorite thing to see all the different paintings our artists come up with. All right, so this sleeve kind of goes pretty close to the collar. See how I brought it all the way over with that yellow? Okay, so bring it all the way over. Fill that in. Awesome job. All right, we'll add some highlights later, don't worry. Okay, we're just getting this first layer on. And I love this little side hair right here. Oh, little strand coming down. And it comes to a point like a triangle right here. See that? If you can't do it with a big flat brush, you can use a littler brush. I'm using the toe of my brush to fill that in. Okay, so you got to do what works for you. Every artist paints a little bit different, and we all do things differently. So if you feel like you need a smaller brush for that little area, then make sure you do it, okay? There we go, we got that. Let's go around the ear and her earring. Aren't these earrings fun? Love her earrings. Okay, paint right here. Ooh, got a little bit in her collar, that's okay. Go down there and around her sleeve. That's tricky. You might need a smaller brush for that area, right? Or just use the very tippy toe like I am. There we go. There's her fun blonde. It's all done. I'm going to rinse my brush now. Okay. Okay. Now while we're painting with yellow, let's go ahead and paint the yellow right here where her button is. But I'm going to use a smaller brush, right? If you want to use a smaller brush for this little area, go for it, okay? I'm going to use a smaller brush. The reason I'm painting this right now before I paint her clothes is I want you guys to be able to really see where that button goes, because yellow is translucent. That means you can see through it, okay? You can reach around and paint the bottom of the button on the bottom of your canvas too. But yellow's translucent, you can see through it. So you really want to make sure that you don't paint inside that yellow if you can help it, okay? Just do your best on that one. All right, good work, guys. You ready to start painting her outfit? It's one of my favorite parts. Okay, we're gonna do the collar first, and it's a darker red, or pink, I should say. We're using red, okay, to create it. I'm just gonna pull some white over here with my little tiny flat brush and mix some red with it. Let's see how it looks. I kind of want a darker pink. Okay, so it stands out. See that? That's good. I like that. Once you have that darker pink, we're going to go ahead and paint her collar first with a darker pink. So just mix that red and white together until you like the color. As soon as you feel like you like the color, go ahead and fill that in. Okay. Just like that. And curve it around best I can. Ooh, I'm at a weird angle, so we'll see how this goes. There we go. All the way across if we can. I'm curving my brush in a smile shape. There we go. Curving it into a smile for that collar. Meet the other end. Just like that. Awesome. Okay, so you have that collar on there. Now to add a little bit of shading. Shading work is for our older artists. So if you want to try this, you're just going to put a little bit of that dark red on the corner of your brush. See that? I just kind of dip the corner of my red. Face that red down along the edge of that smile on your collar and pull it across. Do you see how it gives it that little bit of a shade? We're not going to do a lot of shading in this painting, but I love to teach it a little bit as we go. So if you want to do that, go for it. It's kind of fun. Your crown should be dry, so we're going to give our collar just a minute to dry and put the red ruby in our crown, okay? So let's get some red, and I'm going to mix it with my pink. Maybe give it a little bit darker red than the collar, okay? Or a darker pink. We want it pretty red, but I did add some white to it, so it goes on really well. And I'm using a small flat brush, and I'm painting in my first red ruby. It's kind of an oval shape, right? We're just doing our best here. Ovals and circles are hard to do, guys. They are hard to do. So I applaud you for going for this and trying it. Okay, there we go. Got our first ruby on there. rinse your brush out. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up the dress here. I am going to use my bigger brush, okay? So I have a lot more space to fill. So I'm going to use my bigger brush. And the rest of our dress is a really light pink. So now I'm mixing a lot of white with a tiny bit of red. See that? A lot of white with a tiny bit of red. There we go. I want it to be a really nice light pink. It's always easier to make it darker. So start light and then you can add more red to it if you want it darker. Okay? Once you're ready, go ahead and put your pink on here. We're going to do our sleeve, poofy sleeve here. You can paint the side of your canvas and the bottom of your canvas. There we go. Okay, all the way around. There we go. I love these pink poofy sleeves. They're so fun. Okay, we're going to try and do it round. Round is hard. So good job for trying to do it with me. Okay, we're going to come right down to her collar there. And we want to try and go around this blue gem, okay? Without painting inside of it if we can help it, all right? Here we go. We're going to try. Ooh. Oh, I went into her collar. That's okay. Just wipe it off, or you can repaint it a little bit. That happens. Reason we did the collar first so you can go over any of the pink that may have come down into your dress that you don't want there. There we go. Okay, fill that in. Don't get it in your yellow, right? Remember I told you that? And then Miss Sarah just did it. Oh, see? It's all right. We're just doing our best here, guys. Doing our best. All right. So we have those fun poofy sleeves done. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Now you can make these darker or lighter. That's up to you. Okay. Just make sure you have it nice and covered, right? Awesome. Looks so good. Okay, we're gonna let this dry and put our background in. My background is pretty much the same pink as the dress. I'm just gonna add a little more red to it. Maybe just make it an in-between color. You can decide how you want it. If you want it light, just like the dress, or a little bit darker, that's up to you. But let's put our background color in. And we gotta slow down, guys. Remember, this is a video, which means you can pause it. If you feel like, oh, Miss Sarah's going way too fast. I kind of have to go fast for the video, but you don't. You can pause the video, okay? And take your time. Now, one thing I like to do is I put my background around my image. See that? And I still have white space left. I'm gonna put some white on the corner of my brush, like that. And I face the white towards my image and do kind of a white glow around my image. Something fun I like to do to add some streaks and some brush strokes to my background. It's kind of fun if you want to do that with me. It also draws attention to my image. So as I go here, I can really show it off a little more, right? See that? How it gives it kind of that glow. And this hair is really tricky to get around, so this is going to take you a minute. All right? Take your time getting around the hair. It's not going to be super fast for you, and that's okay. I mean, it might be, I guess. I have artists all the time in the studio that paint so much faster than I do, because we all paint at different paces, right? Some of us paint really fast and some of us are a little bit slower, and they're both great. They're just different. So you do whatever works for you. Now this little corner right here in her hair, if you need a smaller brush, switch your brush to do that little tiny spot, okay? I just use the toe of my brush. Remember we talked about the toe? The little pointy part of my brush, I use that to paint that little area. But if you're not quite comfortable with that, go ahead and switch your brush. And I'm going to go ahead and do this little corner. There we go. Nice. And you can paint the sides of your canvas too. Right? She already looks so cute, guys. Oh, I just love her. She's so adorable. All right. Now, while we're using our pink, let's put her little lips on, okay? I'm going to use my small flat brush. And you guys can see we have a little line trace on there, right? Where her smile is. So that's perfect. It's already done. You're just going to put a little bit of pink on your brush, okay? And you can use your flat brush or you can use a detail brush. But what I like to do is just kind of paint a line straight through, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna make a rainbow shape. So along the top, we're gonna do a little rainbow shape, just like that. And then along the bottom, you're gonna do a rainbow shape as well, just like that. It looks like the letter 8, right? And you can make the top bigger or the bottom bigger. That's up to you. Princess Peach isn't picky. It's pretty cute either way, huh? I love it. So make the letter 8 with your brush. Curve it around. Okay, to whatever works best for you guys. Super cute. All right, rinse your brush. Let that dry a minute. And let's put our blue on. So I've got my small brush already. I rinsed it really good, super clean. And I'm gonna make a light blue. So let's take some white, pull it out here. Not all my white, just a little bit. And let's add a touch of blue at a time. Remember, we're just gonna add a little bit of blue at a time because this phthalo blue is so dark that it will take over so fast. So just use a tiny bit of phthalo blue at a time, okay? There we go. She and Mario have the same shades here of blue. So I'm going to go around here on her outfit first. Fill in that blue gem on her outfit. So cute. Just like that. Okay. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and do her earrings. There we go. All the way around. Now, if you lost your trace for some reason, it's just a circle, right? Kind of a half circle on her earrings. Okay, but if you lost it, I like to have an idea of the shape. Okay, and then we'll put it over here on this one, all the way around, just like that. Try not to pick up your brush when you're doing circles. That's one trick I've learned. And it really takes some time to practice. That's why I love doing images like this. First of all, they're so cute. And second, it's really good practice. There we go. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, now let's do the gems up here in her crown. Right, we gotta add the blue gems to her crown, all the way around. We'll add some highlights too to really brighten up our gems here in a minute. But first, we're just gonna get all the color on there, right? There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna put it on this side. This is just half a gem. So I have to use the toe of my brush a lot more over here. Put the half of a gem in. There we go. Okay. All right, let's do her eyes. This circle right here is her eyes. All right, guys? Put those eyes in there. You can add more white and make them a little bit of a lighter blue. Or you can just do them all the same blue. It's kind of the same shade all the way throughout. Ooh, it's tricky doing circles, guys. You're getting good practice here on Princess Peach, aren't you? Okay, then we'll do this one too. Both of her eyes. There she is. She's coming to life. Okay, good work. She looks awesome. Okay, I think that's all of our blue. So let's rinse our brush. There we go. Ooh, guys, she's almost done. Love it. All right, so let's put the white in her eyes. So I'm going to put some white on my brush. Now your eyes are already pretty white, but if you accidentally got some skin tone in there or blue, you know, now you don't want to touch your blue. Be really careful, right? Gotta be really careful with that. So when you're filling in here, take a minute, and if it's not dry, you can use a blow dryer to dry it, or just be really careful. Okay, when you paint up next to your blue. Normally in a class, we wouldn't even really paint these unless we needed to, right? We could just use the background of our canvas for that. But I wanted you guys to have the option, just in case. Okay, you guys ready to do outlining? Ooh, this is a tricky part. Here's the thing with outlining, okay? It is used with black, and it really helps bring the character to life. A lot of our artists like to do some outlining, but not a lot. We leave that up to you, okay? So if you prefer not to outline, that's okay. I can just show you some basic stuff and you can outline what you want, or just don't outline at all. Some of our artists don't, but a couple things you do want to outline is her eyes and her mouth and nose, right? So stick with me. We're going to for sure put those in. You can kind of decide what other things you want to outline. That's up to you, okay? Now, one other thing we're going to do here is finish up the crown. So straight across the middle of our gems, we have a line. So I'm going to go ahead and put my line through. I'm going to try and do it straight to match with the other side, but we're just doing our best, guys. Not bad. I'm rolling with that. Okay. Let's do the sides of our crown here. Right? This is just slightly in the middle of that one. Right at the top. And then I outline my gems on her crown. This is where it's optional for you. If you would rather not outline your gems, that's okay. You don't need to, okay? It's up to you. And when you're outlining, you want to add some water to your black. There's a little tip for you. Add water to your black. It thins it, makes it a little more inky, so it goes on smoother for you. Also, when you're outlining, it's all about the brush pressure. It's how hard you are pressing your brush. So if I push down really hard with my brush, I'm going to get a thicker line, right? Which is just fine. Thick lines, thin lines, they're just different lines. So whichever works for you is awesome. You just do what works for you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and outline her hair. Again, this is totally optional. We have artists that love to outline, and we have artists that don't love it so much. And that's okay. It's just whatever you want to do, okay? Now you'll notice here I got a little shaky. Outlining is shaky work. It's okay. Okay, you're going to get thick lines sometimes and thin lines. One thing I like to do when I'm outlining is I do like to hold my canvas. Sometimes standing up like this and outlining can be kind of tricky. It's hard to control how hard you're pressing your brush. So if you feel like you're struggling with that, grab your canvas and kind of hold it close to you. A lot of times that helps me. Okay, so we're gonna do our curls here. Just coming in a triangle shape. Okay, whoop, all the way up, just like that. And you'll notice I started from the top and I'm working my way down. The reason I do that is so I have somewhere to rest my wrist as I go and I don't smear paint somewhere. So I really like to have a place to rest my hand as I outline. This curl I brought in just a little bit, just for fun if you want to do that with me. And then we're going to go up. Okay. And let's outline these fun bangs of hers, right? Okay. She kind of has a triangle shape there, doesn't she? Comes up. And then this part comes down and comes in just a little bit too. Okay? All right. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to start back over here. Finish up her curls. And go around and up, just like that. I like to go as far as I can with my brush when I'm outlining. And then if I can't go any further, I stop and reload. But that gives me the best result. So that's something to practice if you're outlining with me right now. Try and go as far as you can before reloading your brush with paint. Okay, here we go. Let's do this fun, cute little face of hers. Around, give her that cheeks and that chin, those cheekbones that she's known for. All right, let's go along her hair. Now this right here is a triangle shape, right? Bottom of her hair, so just brush that in. Okay. And it actually comes right over her earring. So you can just go right over the earring and bring it straight up. Just like that, okay? Perfect. All right, so her chin kind of gets hidden in her collar here. So I just bring it down. Just like that. And then this side, it's going to do the same thing. So it'll come down to meet her chin. Okay, but kind of stops there at the collar. And here's the side of her neck on each side. There we go. Oh, she's adorable. I love her. Okay, let's just finish up her outfit. I want to do her earrings next if you can. You just want to be really careful not to accidentally put your hand in the black paint, right? All right, so you can put her earrings in all the way around like this. Okay, or you can just leave them alone or do half the outline. I almost just did half when I originally made her. Let's see. But because she's a character, the outlining just really brings her to life. So I kind of outlined a lot of it here. Okay. But you can kind of stop. See how I just kind of let my black fade sometimes and I don't go all the way around. That's something you can do as well. There's her ear. Okay. Let's put her outfit in before we do her eyes. We want to make sure things are dry before we go there. Okay, so let's do these little curls. Give us those rainbow shapes. I kind of stop. I go around and I stop, and it gives you the crease in the collar. All right, and then curve it a little bit here on each side. Love that. Here we go. Curve it around here. Again, this is optional, right? Only if you want to. Awesome. Okay, so her puffed sleeves here, go around. Oh. Whew. I ran out of paint there. All right, we're gonna go around and meet the collar. I'm going to show you how to separate this side. You should be able to still see the trace. If not, you just want to create this rainbow shape around. Okay, bring it down a little bit there. And then right here, you want to show where she separates her sleeve. So it comes right up from the bottom and wraps around her jewel. See that? Just slightly wraps around there. And then we're going to outline her jewel here all the way around, and then bring it around the yellow as well, if you'd like. So cool. She's so cute. She is so cute, isn't she? All right, let's finish up her eyes. Now her eyes are a little bit tricky. Okay, kind of want to take your time with these eyes because her eyes are thicker up top where her eyelash is. So just kind of remember, it's thinner around and then you can add a thicker eyelash. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start here on the corner. I'm going to come around. At the top, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker and then come down with a thinner line. Oh, I hit my black up there. It's okay. Okay, see that? So you kind of want to try and give her a thicker eyelash if you can. And then bring it down and just kind of let it fade out. I didn't outline all of it. I just kind of let it fade out. Okay, and then we're going to do her eyeball here. Just go around there. We're going to add those cute eyelashes in a minute too. So same thing on this eye. Okay, we're just going to lightly come around here and then press harder to give her those eyelashes and then thin out that stroke as you come around. Now you can just go all the way around and then come back and add a thinner or a thicker eyelash if you want. What am I saying? Not eyelash. You can come back around like this. So once you come around, you can come back and put an eyelid on. See how I make it thicker right there? So you can do it with your brush, or you can go back and add it yourself. Okay, either way is great. And once you've done that, you can add your eyelashes, which I love. They're so cute. So the way I add my eyelashes, I'm going to go here to the corner, press, curve, and let those eyelashes come out. You can do them different lengths. I'll do this one a little shorter than the other one, right? You can do them long to where they go all the way out to her hair. Okay, and then I'll do a shorter one right here. See that? So you can kind of get creative with that and do it however you want to. All right. Oh, I forgot the eyeball right there. Don't forget that. Okay. And now this eyelash starts right here where that eyeball is, and it comes up. Okay. And then this one here, you can make it longer if you want to. Just like that. This one can be longer. And then you can add a short one if you want to. This is totally up to you guys. Okay. Okay, so once the eyelashes are on, you can go ahead now and do the nose. Her little nose here. Okay, so she has a little curve by her eye. You're just going to make almost a little smiley face, right? It curves a little bit. And then just under that, you're going to add another little curve. like that. It's just a cute little nose, right? Kind of easy to do. And then let's finish up her mouth. You come in here and right in between the 8 there that you created already, put your smile in. And on each corner I did little lines on her smile. And I just outlined the top of those lips. Those lips are amazing. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Okay, while we have black on our brush, let's put the little black circles or ovals in her eye, okay? She's looking over here. I'm pretty sure she's looking at Mario. Here we go. Let's put that little oval in here. Just like that. She's looking over. Let's see, I might make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. And then on this side, I want to try and come straight across if we can. We're going to add her oval shape over here. Fill it in. Make it a little bigger. I always start small because it's easy to go bigger. It's harder to make it smaller, right? So I like to start small and then make it bigger if I feel like I need to. This one, I think I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. Cute. All right, I'm going to rinse my brush. Oh, actually, we forgot her eyebrows. Guys, don't forget her eyebrows. They're just one of the cutest things. All right, so right over here, we're going to put her eyebrows on. And they're just curved, kind of like a rainbow shape. Just like that. Okay. It touches her hair and comes out just a little bit right there. And then on this side, I'm going to try and go straight across, right? This side is just a little bit of a stroke. Just like that. Oh, there we go. There she is. She needed her eyebrows. All right, now rinse your brush. Let's let her eyes dry a minute, and I'm going to show you how to do some highlighting really quick. So put some white on that brush, that detail brush that you just cleaned. And let's do her highlighting. So I'm going to put some in her gems. You're going to notice that the white just makes them look like they're bright. See that? So I'm putting some gems with some white in her gems. And then let's add some white highlights to her hair. See those strokes here? Just wherever you feel like it's kind of fun to add that light to her hair. I just think it's awesome to add highlights. It just brightens up the paintings, adds so much to it. Okay. All right, and this, I like to add a little curl to my painting there. I don't want super thick clumps if possible, but it happens sometimes, so that's okay. And then we're going to do a little highlight there on that strand. Okay, let's put some in her earrings just to brighten them up. So I'm going to put a smile there on the bottom of each earring. Okay, and her gem here on her outfit as well. Let's add some light to that, to the top of her sleeves. All right, and the top of her other sleeve here. There we go. Did we get them all? I'm going to put a little bit in the yellow too. Oh, she looks so cute. Okay, let's add a little bit of light in the blue of her eyes. Just like that, just to really bring a sparkle. Okay, here we go. Our final thing, guys. Grab your biggest brush, okay? We're going to flip it around and use the back of it, back of your brush, to create a circle to stamp on our painting. So I'm going to add that dot to our gems. We call it our sparkle. Adding a little bit of a sparkle to our paintings. Right here on each earring. there. So if you have a nice big brush, use the back of it. You can use a paintbrush too if you want. You can use, you know, your small little detail brush to paint little circles. This is just kind of a fast way to add that sparkle. Okay, where you have a sparkle in her eye too, right at the top where the black is, you're going to add that white circle on each eye. That circle just makes it happen, doesn't it? Oh, I just love it. Just really brightens it up. And you guys, you did it. How cute is she? Okay, make sure that you sign your name, because as artists, we are proud of our work, right? And we want to put our signature on it. So I'm going to find a little spot here and sign Miss Sarah. There it is. My little signature. Okay, guys, if you had fun with me, please like our video and maybe even subscribe so you'll see more videos, right? We hope to see you next time. Bye.